Natural Habitat Podcast. The Natural Habitat Podcast. The Natural Habitat Podcast.
The campus Taco Bell where everybody would go for lunch and like the Burger Barn and all that shit. But
Yep.
the fucking Taco Bell still had Cholitos, and Cholitos had been off the Taco Bell menu for years. They like hadn't sold Cholitos anymore. Maybe if you knew somebody that worked there, you can get them to make it. But besides that, you were fucking shit out of luck. You had to make your own. And I would go there and order Cholitos for lunch when I had the money. It was dope.
My favorite thing from Taco Bell is the enchilada.
Yeah?
And it's like the oldest thing on the menu.
It's like that
It's
wet,
like been around.
that wet burrito that comes in a tray.
Yeah, it was like the original wet burrito though. It's that cross between an enchilada and a burrito.
Yeah. They're pretty
And
bomb.
it's like the oldest thing on the menu, I think. It's probably as old as the taco. Oh, so good.
Man, that's good times. My homie that is harvesting right now, who shall remain nameless because we're already recording. Welcome to the Natural Habitat Podcast. And
Yo.
he fucking just harvested like, I'm gonna say maybe 35 plants, and they were all like, I'd say maybe like 1.5 ounces, 2 ounces off of each plant. And I was over there trimming it up, and the shit looks beautiful. Like, he has this cookie that is just fucking phenomenal, and it looks like super bomb indoor, and it's outdoor weed. And this guy is like on a dab kick for the past couple years. He's just been dabbing it up. He's got like 15 rigs, goes to like all these different festivals and shit. So he's taking all of this beautiful, beautiful nug and just running it all into oil. Every single last bit of it. And
It's the best way to do it.
and it's like that's what he says, that's what everybody says. But a part of me is still a little bit sad because I love weed, man. Like, I love.
You can still smoke that shit afterwards.
What?
Roll in joints.
You don't want none of that. I'll fucking fill with butane and shit.
Oh, well, yeah, maybe not, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, that shit evaporates, though. You know what I'm saying? That shit all evaporates.
Yeah, but it leaves all the contaminants behind. That's what all the darkness is in the oil.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah, I mean, that does suck. He should keep a little bit of it and blow the rest, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like if you love dab, that's the way to go. I love dab, dude. Honestly, like, dab has saved me so much money by switching to dab from weed. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, like, I'll smoke, like, 0.5 gram a week. Or, like, a little more than that. Between, like, 0.5 gram and 1 gram a week. Dude, I smoke a fucking 1/4 ounce of weed a week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a huge fucking difference there. And the price difference alone is enough to make it worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you honestly, if you switch to dab and you're smoking dab, you're saving money every time you smoke.
Yep. That is true. I agree. But it's just something in me, the stoner in me that came up smoking weed. There's just something about like breaking up a nug, rolling it up, packing a bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Actually setting it on fire, and like the smell and the taste. You miss out on all of that. when
There's
you have
there's
dab.
nothing better than a freshly lit joint smell.
Yep. I love it.
You know, when you light a joint wrapped in the zigzag, it just has a nostalgic smell. The first time I ever smelled it was fucking my mom smoking and my uncles or something like that, and I could smell it, and it was the blend of the weed with the paper. The weed by itself never smells the same unless it has that little bit of paper burning with it, and then it just gives it that different, like, memory-catching smell. You know what I mean? For
Yep.
me, anyways.
It's the combination of the two.
Yeah, I mean, you got to have both. I agree. I fully agree. I love dab. Dab gives me a more potent, more longer-lasting high, but I love weed too. Like, I could function and do anything smoking weed, like working or whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. If I'm smoking joints, I'll be able to focus more. I'll be able to just like hone in on what I'm doing and block everything else out. I never stress out. I smoke so much I never get sick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like a miracle thing.
It gives you like it's almost like like the fuck it's, but you still are aware. You're aware of your life and you
How
can
funny
still
is that?
function. But you're
Right.
just like, ah, fuck it. I'm not really gonna worry about it right now. It's cool. I'm high, and that just makes it makes life a lot easier to deal with. You can slow down and take it bit by bit. We're gonna be here for a while, so
We're super high, rambling about being high when we're supposed to be talking about today's episode, which is nostalgic Halloween.
that's right. It's almost Halloween. I'm fucking excited. That's why I'm super
too.
high, and I'm all
Getting
geeked.
Yeah.
Right now, it's almost Halloween. Yesterday was the Adult Swim drive-in. It was amazing. It was awesome. Joey, it was really nice to meet you in person finally.
Yep.
It was cool. Like we did this thing where we met and we walked up and we like put out our hands to shake hands, and then we just like stared at each other all weird and made it like the intense handshake. And then
We were like chihuahuas that meet each other for the first time, and they just like tremble and shake.
yeah,
You know?
and our girlfriends were just shaking their heads, just like what the fuck.
Yeah.
And then we went to the Adult Swim drive-in, and me and Joey don't drink, but we drank a whole bottle of absinthe between the two of us, and
We're fucking hammered.
yeah, we were running around. We both ended up by the screen naked, and they kicked us out. These guys in Aqua Teen Hunger Force costumes kicked us out and really did a number on us in the alleyway. Beat the shit out of us, and pretty much.
Rock was there dressed as fucking Johnny Bravo.
Yep, it's true. Is that a real movie that's gonna happen?
No, I don't think so.
And then yeah, but all in all, it was a great night. So thank you everyone that came out and kicked it with us. It was good, and
Thank you guys for coming all the way down in my neck of the woods.
Yep. So Halloween is just a couple days away. We are in the midst of the spookiest time of year. Tomorrow, William Waffles' podcast. It's a podcast because he has a camera that's pointing at his body the whole time. You can't see his head.
Nice.
So William Waffles' podcast, it's called the Omniology Project, and that is dropping tomorrow. And that's pretty much, omniology is the study of everything. So it's just going to be a informative and, I'm not sure where he's going to take it. I'm interested to see what he does with it. But that's going to be tomorrow, and the day after that is motherfucking Halloween. So, do you know of the tradition of Devil's Night in Detroit, Joey?
Yeah, it's kind of hard not to if you listen to Eminem. It's been talked about a million times. Same with ICP. You know what I mean? It's
if you listen to any music out of Detroit. For anyone who is unfamiliar with it, Devil's Night in Detroit is a night of complete mayhem where people run around the streets, they set cars on fire, they set abandoned buildings on fire, and pretty much the whole city burns in the middle of the night. And it's a lot of fun, and it's a great way to stay in shape. So what's going to happen is tomorrow we are going to drive cross country to Detroit. We're going to listen to the Omniology Project episode 1 on loop the whole drive, and we're going to show up there at Devil's Night. It's probably going to be tough to make it, but we're going to figure it out. And we'll show up on Devil's Night, and we're going to go join in the festivities. Are you excited?
Nice. I'm geeked, actually. I got my fucking horns out and everything.
So speaking on this old school Halloween nostalgia, do you remember what's the first Halloween costume that you remember wearing as a child?
Fuck, I don't know. Like a lot of years as a kid, for me, kind of got blended into like one big time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
So it's like kind of hard to differentiate. I mean,
I don't know why we smoked so much
I
weed.
remember like a lot of like real kiddish costumes I had coming up. You know what I mean? Like little kid Draculas and like things like that. You know, that everybody was or whatever.
But what's the first one that stuck out that you remember being for Halloween? Something that you picked?
Probably Ninja Turtle.
Maybe you were like 6 or 7. Ninja Turtle?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember which one?
Probably
you were?
the first one that I consciously picked for myself that didn't have any influence from anybody else was probably Ninja Turtle, and that was probably in '89 or '91, or in between those 2 years, something like that.
And what turtle were you? Or were you old school turtle where all the bandanas were red?
Michelangelo. I was the stoner.
Damn right.
even as a kid, way before I even knew what being a stoner was or anything, I was a fucking stoner.
Yeah, you would like relate to the stoner characters and things. I love Michelangelo. I love Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
Yep.
Like fucking, I would always gravitate towards that goofy stoner guy, and I guess there's a reason for it. It was that it's that cannabinoid receptor in our brain just reaching out for something that looks like weed. They're like, just give me weed.
It really is. It really stood out. I think that Michelangelo just played the biggest fact because of how funny he was. You know what I mean? He was just like, he was the jokester. He had the cooler weapons. He had the nunchucks, which I thought had to be the funner weapon.
He had all the catchphrases and shit.
Yeah, he had the fucking cowabungas and like, you know what I mean? Like all that good shit. He loved the pizza more than everybody. They all love pizza, but Mikey was the pizza pusher. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like Mikey Booyah. But
it's true.
I don't know. After that, there was so many things. Like I didn't get into the evil Halloween costumes probably until like middle school. Fast forward to middle school, and then it was like Jason and like things like that. Easy costume. You just go buy a jumpsuit and a hockey mask, and you know what I mean. It wasn't a hard thought. It was like easy makeup, easy dress, easy everything, and still have some kind of scare factor. And it's like, seemed like the older we got, all the way up to high school, the more kind of like twisted, evil, fucking dark side costumes would come out. And then from there on, it seemed like the older we get, the more funnier we try to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like costumes have just been a comedic factor now more than anything else.
Yep. I remember the first Halloween costume that I remember, I was maybe like 5, and I was Rambo. I did like the whole Hello Machine Gun and the gun strap around my thing. And as I begin to tell this story, I realized that I tell a lot of stories on the podcast where I end up crying. Like it happens all the time. So still to this day I'll cry sometimes if I see the right movie, you know what I mean? So I remember I saw something that fucking hella scared the shit out of me, like some Halloween prop or something in some yard that we were trick-or-treating in. And I fucking, like, I want to say maybe it was a guy that was dressed up and pretending to be a statue or like a dummy, and then popped
like
to life.
Guy sitting in a chair or something, yeah.
Yeah, and then he popped to life at me and like grabbed me, and it fucking scared the shit out of me. And I ran away and I was crying. And then like I remember my mom was all like, Rambo wouldn't be afraid of this. Like, Rambo wouldn't be crying. Rambo would go in there. And then I was like, you're right. And then I, like, grabbed my gun, and I, like, went up there and, like, pointed it at him and shit. And I was all like, stay still. I'm going to get my candy. And it all turned out dope. But in the middle of it, I did end up crying, so.
Attaboy, Rambo. At least you stuck to it and went through it.
Yep, I redeemed myself, and I got the damn candy.
That's right.
And then,
I remember like Halloween being such a fun time for a kid.
Yeah,
you know, like it still is for us
all month,
but it'll never replace those feelings we had as a child going to school, like in grade school, when you were between like kindergarten and 5th grade.
Yeah,
and you knew that was going to be like one of the highlights of your year. You got to dress up, and you didn't have to do any schoolwork besides fun shit. You would make art projects and things of that nature, and you would listen to Halloween-style stories, and you would go out and play games on the fucking playground, and everybody would line up and go do, like, trick-or-treating at the other classrooms and, like, things like that, you know? Like, there's so much cool shit that came along with it, and made school so much more fun on those days. On that day, you got to be whoever you wanted to be. You didn't have to be yourself. You didn't have and I feel like that's what makes us realize how nostalgic everything is now. You know what I mean? Like we wish we had it like that again. You know, kids had the simple life. Kids had the best life with no responsibilities and everything. And now we look back and we're like, man, I wish we could have done a little bit more. Or we would, you know what I'm saying? Like wish we would have done the things that we really wanted to do back then when we had the chance.
Yep, I agree. And also, fun fact about me is that I am at the level of high right now, currently, that I just now realized that we were recording a podcast. Like, I mean, I knew before, but for some reason, I thought that you and me were just talking, and then I was like, oh, wait, we're, like, recording this right now. And then I started tripping on it.
Nice.
I started tripping. Yeah, it's weird.
Well, how about this? Now that you're feeling real high, let's segue into a smoke sesh.
Yeah, that's the way we do it. We pile it on.
Yeah.
Spread it on.
Get super duper high.
So, so we have this SNL Halloween Jimmy Fallon trick or treat caroling, something like that. Is that how it goes?
Yeah.
All right, yep. I have it queued up over here. I'm gonna play it on my side so it doesn't cut out in our coughing. I think I have the right one. He's wearing like a yellow shirt with a guitar.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Just the sound quality will be better over here. So everybody that would like and is able to smoke along with us right now, go ahead and pack your pipes, get your dabs lit.
Hashtag NHP smoke sesh.
Take your pics.
And I'm kind of disappointed in you people lately. We're not getting tagged in a lot of pictures.
Lay it on.
We're not getting tagged in a lot of hashtag smoke sesh pictures.
I see you guys smoking weed. I see it.
We're not getting invites to smoke sessions.
Nope.
I mean, we invite you to our smoke session 3 days a week.
Yep.
Sometimes 4, sometimes 5.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
The least you could do is take a little pic of you smoking, or if you don't want to put yourself smoking weed on Facebook, then just take a picture.
Wear a Halloween mask.
Yeah, wear a mask, or just take a picture of you blowing out some mysterious smoke that could be something, and then tag it NHP Smoke Sesh to let us know that you're smoking with us.
Just take a picture of what you're smoking on.
Yeah.
Take a picture of your weed or your pipe or your bong or your dab or your fucking whatever, your volcano, your whatever you got. Roll it, light it, smoke it, inhale, exhale.
Mm-hmm. make a secret Instagram account so your mom doesn't see it, and just wear a mask and post pictures on there and tag it NHP Smoke Sesh so that we could all smoke along. You know what? Because I agree with Joey. We invite you all the time, and it's really rude that we don't get anything back.
Left out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here we are again. We're gonna smoke with you guys, and Jimmy Fallon's gonna serenade us with some
while we smoke.
With some Halloween caroling, and you guys just think about how you treat your friends, okay? Because maybe you should reach out every once in a while with a smoke sesh.
Or just get high like we are.
We're just shaming our listeners. Shame on you, you fucking pieces of shit.
We still love you. It's all right.
Yeah, we love y'all.
And it's 7 more days left in October. And it's 1 more week till Halloween. And it's been so long since I trick-or-treated. I think I should. Na 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 na, yeah.
It's already horrible.
So what do? They give me candy. I just ring the doorbell and I go, well, she said it's cold outside. I said it's October. And when we get to the party, we see someone else who's dressed like Jenny McCarthy, and she says, baby, I thought that I'd be the one and only. And she says, baby, let's have a drink and then leave. I mean, oh, I'm pissed. Can't believe someone else wore the same costume. See, like, everyone can do it, Yeah, everyone can do it. It's easy. Even girls can do it. Here's Alanis Morissette. How about many candy bars? Aren't they moronic? How about cheap people that give you bags of pennies? Yeah. Thank you, Mike and Ike. Thank you, candy corn. Thank you, Smarties. So, like, this year... Get ready, because if this thing catches on, somebody might ring your doorbell and go, I have eggs and candy here. Shaving cream is in my hair. Shine my flashlight at people that stare in my direction. Mama, this is happy Halloween to you. Yeah, Mama, this is happy Halloween.
Yeah.
Happy Halloween to you, Jimmy Fallon, even though you're a piece of shit.
You're pretty negative towards a lot of celebrities.
I am.
There's nothing wrong with Jimmy Fallon. He's fucking awesome.
I don't like Jimmy Fallon.
Well, he probably doesn't like you.
That's good. Well, I just gave him a plug, so now he's gonna get more famous. Get that NHP plug.
Right?
Mm-hmm. That bastard. Well, just because it's Halloween, I'm not gonna pretend to like Jimmy Fallon, and that's what I do here. Bring you honesty. So, I was looking through this list of nostalgic Halloween shit from the 90s earlier, and there's all kinds of old school toys and shit. And I came across this Pumpkin Masters carving kit that I still have to this day in a Ziploc bag, and I bust out every once in a while to carve my pumpkins. Are you a pumpkin carver, Joey?
Yeah. I'm artistic all the way around. I like to draw. I like to make music. I like to fuck around and, act with the homies when we're all playing and doing ad-lib shit.
Yeah.
Kind of like to do a podcast. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, that's kind of what we do here.
Carving pumpkins is something that creative people do. I don't know. It's just like it's like you see a challenge and you accept the challenge. You know what I mean? And carving pumpkins has always been like a challenge. Just who could do the best. I have siblings. You know what I mean? I have 3 little brothers and a little sister, and competition has always run rampant in my family, and I'm to blame for it probably. I always pushed everybody to compete.
Yeah.
So I feel like it doesn't matter what it is, even if it's carving pumpkins. So I'm gonna fucking try to be the best at it.
Right? You know what would have been a good idea, and we do this a lot here. It would have been a great idea to have a pumpkin carving contest for all the listeners.
Well, let's have a pumpkin smashing contest instead.
Oh yeah, for after Halloween?
Yeah, take pictures of yourself smashing your neighbor's pumpkins and fucking send them to Natural Habitat Podcast.
Yep. Just send them to our Facebook, to our email, naturalhabitatpodcast@gmail, or just tag them NHP Pumpkin.
Hey, just take pictures of the ones you carved too. Shit, whatever.
Yeah, send them in and tag us in them and let us see your creative side, because I know that fucking people that listen to our show aren't just regular stupid people that listen to the radio and do all that shit. All you guys, I'm sure, have your own things that you do. You're creative in your own ways, and if one of those ways is pumpkin carving, then hook us up with some pictures, because
yeah, we want to see.
I'll geek out on that shit. But right now, we're going to have to go to a word from our sponsors. So we're going to jump to that. Got to pay the bills. You know what I mean? So I know that just recently, a few episodes ago, I solemnly swore to you guys that we wouldn't do commercials in between the podcast. But, times have changed, man. So here we go.
Yeah.
Thank you to the wonderful taste of Cherry 7-Up. And here we go.
Coming your way. How about a for breakfast today? Frankenberry has strawberry-flavored marshmallows. And Count Chocula has chocolatey marshmallows. Hot of this gold nutritious breakfast.
Something free lurks in Monster cereal. Will it make you handsome, charming? Specially marked boxes of Monster cereals know. Inside one of these free wax lips, fangs, or mustaches, they just uncover the real you.
Igor.
This Halloween, when you stock up on Pepsi and Doritos, you'll find coupons for savings on Hershey's candies. It's the perfect recipe for a...
Wicked.
Here's something to howl about. This week at 40 supermarkets, specially marked Pepsi Cola 2 liters are just 89 cents.
Halloween approaches, you have to prepare yourself for what might happen. More orange sprinkles. It's a special time of year, and Dunkin' Donuts is dressing up their donuts for the occasion. And here's the werewolf. So come to Dunkin' Donuts and get into the spirit of Halloween.
We'd like...
All right. So thank you to Monster Cereal and Dunkin' Donuts and that other one.
Pepsi.
Yeah, Pepsi. And the other one, whatever it was Pepsi. So do you... I'm sure that Joey remembers this, and anybody that's growing up now and was also growing up in the 90s remembers something that I like to call the Ghostface epidemic. And that was...
Yeah.
It was probably 96 through 99. There was a 3-year chunk when just everybody...
Maybe even longer.
Yeah, maybe even longer. Everyone and their fucking mom was Ghostface from... Not from Wu-Tang Clan, but from the Scream movie.
Yeah.
And
it was huge.
It was just such an easy costume. It was a mask and a black cloak, like, bada boom. And everyone
Besides that, though, it was a relevant and scary costume,
yeah,
too.
people were geeked on it.
For a childish, silly-looking costume, it had a darker meaning behind it. Anybody who's seen that movie was imprinted, you know what I'm saying? Imprinted and getting caught in a fucking garage door going up.
It had a lot of power to it.
Your ass. Yeah, you know, getting stabbed from fucking behind a bush or whatever. You're not going to fucking see it coming, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. That movie had a deep impact on a lot of people. It was a new type of horror film for a new generation.
Yeah.
Opposed to us relying on the Freddys and Jasons and things that came before us.
Yeah, it was cool because there was no monster. It was just the guy, and it was like the
could have been anybody.
Yeah, and
it was anonymous.
Yeah, you didn't really know anything about him. You know what? Scream was the Batman of horror movies. I just figured that out. I didn't even realize that until today. Just a normal guy. He had no superpowers or anything like that.
Cotton weary.
Yep. Only Batman has that weakness where he always tells a girl, "I'm Batman," like right away. I don't know why he does that shit.
Trying to get the puss.
Yeah, but it's like you're a billionaire. Like you could fucking. I'm sure you're gonna get it in a second. Like, why does he always have to be like? And sometimes it's after they bang, and then he's like, "I need to tell you something. I'm Batman," and it's like, why, dude? Why are you doing this? You don't tell anybody.
Why did Adam eat the forbidden fruit?
You know what?
It's a male curse. We're cursed with going the extra mile and trying to get the pussy. You know
he's never told Commissioner Gordon who he is. And Commissioner Gordon's like his best friend and business partner. And he doesn't know who he is. But he tells every girl
he has an
that
idea.
Bangs.
He knows, but he doesn't know.
Yeah. But, you know, that's a whole nother episode.
Yeah.
Fucking,
You know what's crazy to me, dude, is like we're reliving in a way, the circumstances right now are allowing us to relive our childhood. Think about this. Let's fast forward from the 80s and 90s where we're at now to 2015. Let's borrow a movie plot called Back to the Future and travel to October in 2015. And what's really happening there? Fucking Donald Trump everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All these things. Back to the Future, Jurassic Park, fucking all these things are back in 2015. All these things from our childhood.
Yeah, you're right.
Like every bit of it. It's crazy, dude. Halloween and Jason movies and Freddy movies, it all got remade and fucking I mean, I'm looking through these costumes. I'm looking right now as 80s and 90s costumes. And in the 80s costumes it shows Yoda and Chewbacca.
Yeah.
And Superman and Jason, Barbie, Freddy, Alf, Michael Jackson. Almost all of those. I doubt very many people are going to be Alf right now. I doubt anybody's going to be a Cabbage Patch Kid. I doubt you're going to see a Pac-Man, but you're going to see Barbies out there.
Yeah.
You're going to see Jasons. You're going to see Supermans. You're going to see Yodas and Chewbaccas. You're going to see Michael Jacksons. All this shit you're going to see out right now. It's like, it's looped, basically. It just like went from the 80s to the 90s to the 2000s to the teens and back to the 80s. We just did a fucking giant loop.
Yeah, that's a trip, man. I don't even look at it like that, but you're right. It's just a rebranding. That's because we've been seeing this trend over the past few years to where it's just remakes of things. And they just did this, and this is just a remake of that, and this is just a remake of that. But after a while, it's all compiled up on top of each other to where we're literally living in almost like an alternate reality of our childhoods. Only things are different and better. You know what I mean?
I got this thing of what Halloween looked like in the 90s. And it's got a list of things. And I'll just start reading some of them. Will Smith dressed as Dracula on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I remember that.
Yeah. Urkel. People were carving Urkel and jack-o'-lanterns. What else? Bill and Hillary Clinton masks were big sellers.
That's right.
I'm sure they are right now with the Clintons. Let's see. Cindy Crawford went on the Jay Leno The Tonight Show dressed as Marilyn Monroe. Everybody's still doing Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
Elvira posed with King Kong and Beetlejuice.
That's dope.
Elvira was sick. And, that's relevant. Beetlejuice is coming back with the original cast.
Really?
Michael Keaton and what's her name? They played opposite of him.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name, but they're all back in it. And they're about to start filming again. So there's going to be another Beetlejuice with the original cast. So that is super relevant too. It says popular costumes in '95, and it has this picture of kids together, and one's an Indian, like an Indian girl looking like Pocahontas with the two braids, and it kind of looks like fucking what's her name from the Addams Family.
Yeah, Wednesday.
And there's these kids in the Blues Brothers costume, Boston Red Sox jersey, the skeleton costume. You know what I mean? Like the black onesie thing that just has bones on it.
That was a dope one too.
Yeah,
that was just easy.
Jack Nicholson dressed up like a priest in the '90s.
Nice.
He
don't give a fuck.
Roseanne was still on TV. Roseanne Halloween episodes were like the thing to see.
Yeah, that's what I think. One of the best things about Halloween growing up and Halloween now is all the Halloween episodes of your favorite shows.
Yep. That was a huge part of it for sure. Yeah, they still to this day make Halloween episodes of everything, and it's fucking
look
forward to
the theme shit. When you have a holiday that you love, like I love Halloween, then it's just even better to see all your favorite people that entertain you when you're just getting high do Halloween stuff. Just like people that like our show are listening to us talk about Halloween shit, and they're like, that's cool because I like Halloween. So if you like Halloween, then you're stoked because we're all about it right now.
Yeah.
And
Donald Trump dressed like a regular person.
Weird.
He's got a black and white flannel and jeans on and a belt. That was his costume.
Wow.
What a dickhead.
I bet it was weird looking.
I'm going to dress like a lumberjack or a redneck, and that's like how he envisions a regular person dressing.
Yeah. He's all, I'm one of you guys.
You guys are all hick redneck motherfuckers here. I'm just going to dress like a lumberjack.
Because he's like a Paul F. Tompkins in only one way, to where he wears a suit all the time. Like, you know who Paul F. Tompkins is?
No.
He's like a comedian, and he's actually been around forever, and he's just now like getting his break. He has a YouTube show called Spontaneous Nation, and it's like almost like a political debate news show, but it's all puppets from the Jim Henson Corporation. So
nice.
It's like him and a bunch of puppets, and they're all arguing.
That's dope.
And it's dope. He has like 8 seasons or something, and fucking he just had a Comedy Central special that was on last week. It was called Crying and Driving. And
that's super dope.
And he always wears suits. Like, he's like real dapper, and he wears dope suits. He'll rock like a purple suit with like a fucking like green tie, you know what I mean? And like he always looks super fresh with a pocket square. And there's only like one picture of him on the internet not in a suit.
Nice.
So that's that's probably how Donald Trump lives his life. Suit, because I know that Paul F. Tompkins has a 3-piece suit pajama set that he wears to bed. Wears a suit while he's sleeping.
It's crazy.
You gotta look good, man.
Yeah. They have a picture of Al Gore dressed as underdog.
That's dope.
It is dope, but it's scary looking. Google that shit because he's got this like prosthetic piece on his head, and it makes him like look like he got like half a cone head, and then he has this ugly prosthetic nose on, and it looks like a deformed dog face, and like he looks really strange. He looks like he could be a horror character or some shit. Like somebody should put a movie out of that. Yeah, he's crazy looking, right?
Jesus Christ, man. That's scary. He should not do that.
Yeah, that should be like the cover of this episode.
Man, you guys need to go Google that.
They got Demi Moore dressed up as Gomez Adams, and she really looked like him, for sure. They got Melissa Joan Hart dressed up as Princess Leia. They're just gonna hate.
Man, I'm just stuck on this fucking Al Gore picture, dude. That's so scary.
Yeah,
that's the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Every kid wanted to dress like the Lion King. That's true. The Lion King was probably so big in the 90s. I forgot all about that.
The Lion King? You want to dress like a lion?
Yeah, a lot of people. After 90s, not our generation, but the next. You know, if you had a little brother or sister or fucking little cousins or whatever, Lion King was in the 90s. And that shit was fucking ginormous.
So I'm looking at I'm looking at some weird Halloween costumes that they have here. There's one that's a foot. There's one that is a Hooters girl that comes with like prosthetic tits that are on your shirt. There's one guy that's just a nightstand with a lamp on his head. There's a guy with a chainsaw. One night stand. There's a guy with a chainsaw coming out of a shark.
Uh-huh.
That's pretty heavy, man. I'm gonna pick one of these, and
hell yeah.
there's a baby wrapped up as a Chipotle burrito in foil. I don't know if that's a great idea, parents. Did you have you heard of those the shine papers?
Yeah, I saw that video.
Did you know that shit's real gold?
Yeah.
I don't know if you're supposed to smoke any type of metal.
Yeah. You ingest gold all the time. It doesn't do anything. It's a mineral.
No, I don't know. I know that those papers...
Yeah, it's real gold. It's real gold in Goldschlager, too. It's gold flakes. It's the same.
I know. I guess you're right.
The shine papers is basically the same thing. It's just flake. It's fucking not really... It's not enough amount of gold that it's even going to matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point. But I know that...
And it's not like tin or fucking metal or something that's bad for you. You know what I mean? Like gold is just a mineral, and it can be ingested. You know what I'm saying? It's probably not the best for you to do it a lot, but yeah. I mean, who knows?
I know that they charge out the ass for them, and it's like $25 for a paper, and I think that they're just charging out the ass because it's gold.
Well,
they can rip everybody off.
I think it's like $50 for a pack or something, or like I don't know how much it is, but and the pack only comes with like 8 papers or something. Like it's pretty expensive.
Yeah. So, did you have one of those iconic jack-o'-lantern trick-or-treat baskets, or did you have?
Yeah.
Or did you rock a pillow case?
I switched it up. Yeah, so every kid had those, but then you switch to a pillow case because you realize you could fit more candy. You know what I'm saying? You can only fit so much in one of those little fucking pumpkin cases.
Yeah.
You know? Pillowcase was really where it was at because people would give you more, it seemed like, too. If you had a bigger bag, people would just fucking hand you a handful and shit or whatever.
Because you'd have a bunch down there, but it would still look empty.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know.
Now that I think about it, there was a lot of... I remember being like... I was like 5 probably and having like a Roman soldier's costume. It had like the chest piece and the helmet and the sword and all that shit. You know what I mean? I remember having a lot of costumes that had a lot of pieces to them.
Yeah. And then you end up with cool-ass Halloween little toys and swords and masks.
Yeah,
and
that you would
shit
play
at
with
end.
for the rest of the year
Yeah,
and shit.
I still have like some old Halloween knife that I think it was from a year that I was Ghostface, and then I have I also have this. It's like a cat, like a black cat, and it's a plastic little toy kind of thing, and you press his nose and the eyes light up and it goes and it's like it's from like 82 because I'd still in the box and everything. It's over here somewhere, and fucking I remember it worked forever. Like it still worked forever. My mom gave it to me when I was like hella young, and fucking I would just pull it out like every year and press the nose and it would fucking work. And then it just recently died. And the weird thing is that it the battery died on it like shortly after my mom passed. So it was like really
spooky.
Really spooky. That's the word. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So old ass Halloween toys were dope. They don't make them like they used to. What's a Halloween toy now? I can't even think of one.
I don't know. Legos. I don't know. We got to go to a commercial break.
All right.
Pizza Head Show.
Hey everybody, I'm at LA Pizza Hut to get a Goosebumps Kids Pack. Yay!
Almost there.
Hey, this isn't the right way.
Scarecrow Steve says it is.
He's no scarecrow.
Sure he is.
Uh-oh, I think I hope the neighbors.
Look, Pizza Head, you'll be perfectly safe in there.
Okay.
Relax, the Goosebumps guys just want you for dinner. See you in the next lifetime. Now you can collect one of 3 ghoulish Goosebumps Glow and Tell story card sets when you buy a Pizza Hut Kids Pack.
Wanna go psycho with me, Elvira? Here at the Bates Motel? Look for me wherever they sell mug root beer. And enter the Go Psycho with Elvira contest. You can be my guest at Universal Studios in Hollywood for a monstrous bash at the Bates Motel. What? Shower anyone? This Halloween, go psycho with Elvira and win a party with mug root beer and me.
I love my mug. I love it. It's a perfect time for baby cookies.
Just roll out Pillsbury sugar cookies, cut, bake and decorate, and feed them to your goblins. So much fun, man.
Scary.
Wow. Thank you once again to our sponsors, those guys. So we're about done with this episode. We're signing off, and we're going to be back with you on Halloween for a Saturday matinee on Halloween, the one and only. So there was some things that I wanted to say before I signed off, and I'm having a problem remembering them. So say something, Joey, and I'll think.
Favorite Halloween TV show or movie? Ready to go.
Ernest Scared Stupid.
Really? That's a good one.
Yeah, I was on the spot, but that is a good one.
Yeah,
Ernest Scared Stupid.
That was good. Right on the spot.
Yep.
Boom.
What about you?
I don't really know. I think probably like Casper or something like that. As a kid.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
As a kid,
I had a crush on Christina Ricci.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
Yep.
And it was just cool for, like you were a kid, so you were caught up in the same type of things. You were going to school and dealing with the other kids like she was, and
dealing with my ghost uncles.
Yeah.
I'm tired of my damn ghost
Some
uncles.
assholes.
Yeah.
Trying to fuck shit up.
Die already.
Now we're the uncles.
That's right. That's weird. We're the ghost uncles. That's what I wanted to say. Shout out to my nieces, Erica and Monica, and to my nephew Joey.
Happy Halloween.
And let's see. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I got it. I lost it, and then I found it, and I just lost it again, but now I have it. Our 100th episode is coming up very soon. It's right around the corner. It's gonna be a fresh ass extravaganza of a show. We're gonna do a bunch of giveaways. We're gonna thank you guys, the listeners, and we're kind of just gonna. I figure that we'll we'll kind of just go into, what got us into making podcasts, what kind of stuff that we're into, the things that we've experienced doing this, and, talk about our journey and whatnot and give stuff away. So it'll be a 100th episode extravaganza. We're breaking off a hundo, as they say. So this is our first one. This is our first hundo. One of the first of many.
$100 bill.
And we're very excited. So join us.
Only 900 more to go.
Yep. So join us for that one, as well as the ones between now and then, and also after that. So
yeah.
Thank you for being here, everybody. Happy Halloween. And if someone gets killed, don't get caught.
Peace, bitches.
The Natural Habitat Podcast.